Hey guys, in this video today we're going to learn how to make a strength checker for our password using JavaScript. So there's the demo. So I input my username here and my email, and here's the password checker. So yeah, I could toggle this off, I could toggle this on. We're going to learn how to do that. And if I put 30, if I put 6, I put dots, it's good, but it's not enough. It's not up to 7 characters. So that's how you go about it. We're also going to build everything from scratch and learning how to do this blur effect in our CSS. Alright, let's go right into it. So let's create our border template. I'm going to call this register. Alright, it could be register, could be login, whatever you want to use. So we're going to start by creating a class of from and h script h1 to be register input box, and here we're going to put our input to be our username. We're going to give a placeholder username. Okay, we're also going to add, then create, we're going to copy, let's just copy this right and paste it right under here. This ought to be input, pardon me please, input. Then this will be our email, and the placeholder here will also be email. So let's just open this in live server so we can see the changes as I'm making it. Alright, so we're going to go to our, we're going to come here to Ionic, right, and the usage, click on the usage area and copy this JavaScript file. Okay, this JavaScript, yeah, the script. Then come back and right below before the closing tag, paste it here. I'm just going to create scripts here. Alright, so and here we could also create a link to our index.js, and right up here we're going to create a link to our style.css. Okay, I think we are set and we're good to go. Alright, so going back to our icons, so we're going to search for user. I'm going to be using the field, so I'm going to copy this and paste it right above here. No, not this. I'm going to copy this code here and paste it right above here. Coming down, let's search for email. I'm going to paste it right here. Okay. Next, let's create that for our passwords. So I keep putting it on. So our password is going to be a little bit different. We're going to create an input and give it an ID of password and a tab with password. Okay, then the placeholder was password. Then in our we're going to use on inputs, and in our JavaScript file we're going to create a function that's going to be strength checker. So I mean, whatever I put in the function structure, checker should play out here. Alright, as I create my span and give it an ID of toggle, and also going to create, we're going to use on click here, and in our JavaScript file we'll create a function toggle. Right, we're going to put our icon right here in between our span, and we're going to come here and search for I, and we're going to copy the and paste it right here. So come back here, we can see everything has been affected. So right below the span, we're going to put a div and give it a ID of strength bar. Okay, Like below this, I'm going to put a p tag message, because we're going to display this message if it's correct or not. Right below there, we're going to have our button register. Alright, and we are done with our HTML file. So moving on to our CSS. So go to fonts, Google Fonts. Alright, so we're going to search for Poppins. Add the regular 400. I think that's all we'll be needing. You can also add the 600. I added both summers. I'm going to be using the imports, and I'm going to copy this out. And back in our CSS, I'm going to paste it right here. Come back here, let me copy this out, so I'm going to use it for future purposes. Then let's start styling. Alright, I made a real color, which at the end of the day, I'm not sure if I might use it, but I just feel like sometimes it makes things faster. So let's use the color A020F0. Okay. So let's do a general styling. Give this a margin 0, padding 0, and box size in border box. Alright, then we go to our body. Display flex, justify content center. We're going to give our font family a background. So our background will be a URL, and I'm going to give this no repeats to avoid the repetition that we see there. Then a background size of cover and a background position of center. Then we give it a height of 100 and VH and width of 100%, and we're going to give this color of white. I chose color of white because I believe something about contrast is better when there's a darker color using a brighter color as a font. So let's start here, and here this is going to be display flex, and I'm going to give it flex direction and column, align item center, justify content center, and a padding 40 pixels. Alright, next is our H1. We'll give a font size of 2. A color first is still going to be white. Margin bottom of 30 pixels, so create the space, and text align center and padding top. I'm going to give it 20 pixels. Let's start our form. Display flex direction column, justify content center, align item center. Right, and let's use a padding of 20 pixels. A width of 400 pixels, about an height of 600 pixels. if I make the background white, you might see what I'm talking about. So just to see the changes we're making. You might not see the effect because you might see the words now, but I think I'm going to make the background transparent. And you can see what we're doing. So I'm just going to write this off. I'll get to create a border of 2 pixels solid. And we're going to give it 0.5 opacity. So there you see we're getting something close to it. Alright. Then I'm going to give a border radius 20 pixels. Then to get our blur effect, we use backdrop filter. And here we see we're going to use blur and a blur of 20 pixels and a box shadow 2 pixels. Okay, I'm going to give it a gap of 20 pixels. Even now I'm going to input, I'm going to style it, padding of 10 pixels, margin of 10 pixels, border none. I'm going to move the border from what I did. Then background, we're going to make a transparent background also, and make our outline transparent. So when we click this, we don't see anything coming off. Alright, then we'll give it a color white, that's the text in a font weight of 600. Then align height 30 pixels. I'll give it padding 0 at the top, 35 pixels at the side, 0 at the bottom, and 5 pixels at the other side. We have a font size of 18 pixels. Okay, steady. Then let's start the placeholder. Okay, when you placeholder color of white, a font size of 18 pixels, and opacity of 1. Next, we are going to start our input box, the class input box. We're going to give a position of relative, a border bottom. I need 2 pixels solid. It should be white, and a margin of 10 pixels, then 0. So it's getting better. Then we're going to give this an input box and the icon. Position absolute. Since we already made that, it's going to be relative to that. Then right, gets here about 8 pixels and a color white. I hope we're doing the right thing. Alright, I think let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's click our button. Okay. And I'm going to give it a width 100%, a background of so a darker shade of purple, 301934. It's going to have a color white, padding of 15 pixels, margin top of 15 pixels. I mean 0 pixels. A border radius of 8 pixels should be okay. And we're going to remove the border none, then outline to be none. I'm moving outline, I'm making a cursor pointer, then a font size of 1.5 em and a font width of 500. Sorry. Let me check this. Alright, let's keep going. Let's go ahead and do this. What's going on? Yeah, email. This was we didn't put the right icon for the email. So copy error. I didn't know we. You guys probably did it right. So know what's up. So let me paste this and just do better here. Alright. Alright, so let's work on our button for our button. Sorry, excuse me. Then I'm going to give a background color FFE. Then a color. Yeah, finally get to use our roots. So we're gonna go. Sorry, the firing color. So so coming here to toggle position absolute, then a top of 17 pixels, right of 15 pixels. Color and a cursor pointer. Okay. Then this strength is not in our HTML file yet. This is because we're going to use JavaScript too. We're going to create it using JavaScript. Then display inline block and position relative. So relative was right there. Why didn't I? Yeah, thank you. And height 100%. Right, and our bottom will be 5 pixels. Right. So this strength is basically for this stuff, right? And moving on, we're going to start the ID strength bar. Background color of DC, that should be great. And height about 10 pixels. In position will be relative. Alright, so we have it ready. Then our Peter give a width 100%, text align center, and our margin top, let's give about 20 pixels. So we are done with this. So something is up right here, so I'm gonna try and figure out what is going on here. Okay, let's go back to our style, our register, and let's give this a class name, our icons a class name of icon, and here too again just the icon. Sorry, class name, class icon. So we have this fixed, so we're ready to start our JavaScript. Alright, okay, let's get there. So we're gonna start by starting the parameters that we want to use for this stuff. One of which should be our count, and we're gonna make this count false. Right. Next, use letters, false, numbers, false, special, false. Next, strength bar. I'm gonna get element by the ID. Like earlier I mentioned, we created an ID, a string bar, so we're going to create a function for that. Alright, and in our tag we have this ID message, so we're going to use that. So let this message, right, because document.get element by ID. So we want to get that element, alright, because that's where we're going to be making our changes. The p tag is somewhere here, like you're going to be making the changes here. So we're getting the element here, we're getting the element here, right? So moving on, let's create our function checker, our string checker rather. Oh, I'm not making a mistake with the spellings. So start with let password. So we want to get the element password, so we're going to give it an ID of password. So okay, now we're going to get our parameters. So the parameters that has to be letters. Alright, what we're going to say now, we're going to be making use of ternary operators now, like I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to explain what ternary operators mean. So for us, create this. I'll write this. So from A to Z, A to Z. Okay. This. Then the test for our password. Alright. And if it's true, so I'm going to explain what this is going to do. Okay, so I don't know if you've heard of ternary operators before, but this is going to really be a quick explanation of it, just for us to dive in and have a background understanding of it. Okay, so for the A to Z, A to the small letter Z, we're trying to tell the computer to actually search. It's going to run through it and tell us what this stuff is actually going to do. So you pass 3 arguments into a ternary operator, right? We usually pass 3 arguments into a ternary operator. So we're going to say check if this is true. If it's not true, pass this. If it's true, pass this. Alright, it's a very useful one. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example, so it's not like I'm speaking gibberish. I'm going to just comment this out and give an example. So I'm going to create a function. For example, function check score. Alright, and we're going to pass in parameter here, which is going to be score. Right, and we're going to return score if score is greater or equals to 70. So if the score is greater or equals to 70, let the person know that you passed. Okay, then if not so, you failed. Alright, so this is it. So right here, I'm going to console log, and I'm going to pass in our check score to be 70. Alright, so saving this, and I'm not going to use Brave for this. I don't know. I have better developer tools in my Chrome. Okay. So if I inspect, right click and inspect, you see here that you passed. Alright, if I come back here and I change it to 56, but you can see you failed right here. This is where I'm looking at. Please look down here. This is where I'm looking at. So that's what ternary operators do. They are like, it's like an alternative for your if statements. Right, let's push this down and let's go back and continue. So opening this back up, we're going to continue with where we stopped. Right, so next we've created a parameter. So what this is going is it's reading through from A to Z. Are there these characters there? Is there A, is there B? These characters, are they all there? That's what it's saying. So we're going to do next for parameters. The next one we're going to look at is our numbers. Alright, and we're saying from 0 to 9. Right, your work is to test. Okay, we're going to test the password. Right, is it true that we have this thing there or not? We have letters from 0 to 9 there. The next parameter will be searching for your special characters. Special. Okay, and this place is a bit tricky, so kindly take notes. Okay, I'm going to use the exclamation mark slash a dollar sign, the percent sign, what other one is there, the ampersand, the other slash, closing and opening brackets are equals to question mark, the @ symbol, and this, I don't know the name of this, but this other one, this, then I'm going to add 2 of this, a full stop, a single quote, a semicolon, a colon, a plus equals to, a raised to power, asterisk, the underscore, the subtraction. So we're going to add plus. So it's going to test for all these characters. So password, check if any of this is here or not. That's what this is just saying. Check if all these things are here or not. That's what it's basically saying. Next parameters we're checking for would be account. Okay, yeah, I did some here, so count. Okay, then this is for the password strength, so I'm going to use .length. Length gathers all the strength. I mean, gathers like the length of whatever you're doing. So it's going to check for the length. If the length is greater than 7 or not. Okay, so checking if it's greater than 7 or not. So right there, we're going to create variable balance equals to object dot value values dot parameters. So this ought to be value. Okay, then alright, next I'm also going to explain what this new stuff we're going to do means. So I'm not able to talk as I'm typing it because I really want to make a mistake. I have a lot of time to start the book. So for yeah, we're going to, I'm sorry, this is me. We're going to create an element. What we're trying to say is, sorry please, create element span. Now let's explain what this code that I just wrote. Let's explain what it is saying. Okay. Now, yeah, it's telling this code, this JavaScript, that you should create multiple span elements inside a container element, which was our auth, right? And it's going to be representing the bar of strength. This is the bar of strength. So this is like our bar strength indicator, alright? So yeah, we created a for loop, and the aim of the for loop is that it should iterate over each element in the balance. Because you notice that for everything we're writing, okay, this is not the done version. If I clear all this, you notice that there's a balance being added. There's a balance, alright? There's a balance, and for the bar keeps increasing. So the for loop will keep iterating over each element in balance, alright? It's going to assume it's an array. Later on, you see that we're going to create something that the way we're going to work with it will be as though it were an array. Using the in operator. This is the in operator. So the in operator is going to get the index of each element. Like I said, it's going to assume it's like an array. Alright. So for each element, a new span element is going to be created, and that's why I've used document.create element. Alright, and this is going to create a new HTML element, and then we'll see that the class list add method is going to add this class strength, which we had started earlier. Yeah, and I mentioned that we're going to use it in our JavaScript. This is our strength, so we're going to be adding it to our span element. Okay, and then we're going to start it and add as then we've already started adding our background color and all. Alright, so finally here, the span elements that we've created here, we've appended it to the child strength bar. Alright, so we're using this append method. Okay, so appending it here. Alright, so this is going to create a set of span elements inside a container element, and like using the strength bar. Alright, so each is representing a bar indicator. This is a bar indicator. This is a balance. This is the balance we're talking about. So if I add later is a balance, if I add this is the balance. So there are certain balance, like we can see is increasing. Alright, so that's the meaning of what you just did here. Okay, that's the meaning of what you just did here. So I'm going to continue on with the code and explain it further on too. Alright, so let's move on. So next, let's span. So yeah, I'm adding the colors. So what's next? All right. So what we're doing here now, we created of span ref is like any variable sort of. So now I'm saying that now you should target the strength. We created earlier here. We mentioned that we created this, added this strength. Yeah, we created the class strength. So when I'm saying now, get the element whose class name is strength, right? And we're going to use this for. Like I mentioned earlier, the for is going to iterate over each balance. Okay, it's iterating over each, but that's a balance. So it's iterating over each balance. Okay, and this is the iteration that's going on. All right, now we're using switch statements. Now switch statements are simply a block of code that acts depending on different cases. All right, and it's very crucial that you use break, and it's used to like show like the end of a statement, so the end of each cases, so to say. All right, so we're going to use, so the switch statement is testing for each case. All right, so the first case, so you can see here we're seeing this length -1. So we're saying that for the first case you should tell it that your password is very big. So we're going to keep on going on, and I'm going to keep on explaining further, and like it's going to make more sense because like I'm not done with everything. Okay, so and you can see here that it serves a result with 0, 1. All right, so we're going to use a span ref. Okay, the I know installed. So this right here, okay, here we've said okay, check all these things. Okay, check all these things. So this one too is testing for these things here. So now this is helping us to get the output of what was tested for up here. All right, so yeah, it's saying if you've applied JavaScript on that side, you can use text content to actually like put a text, and sometimes you also use inner.html. That so we're saying that for the message I've targeted this, the message we used there, we've gotten the element message, so this is what we want to show. Fourth, another our p tag here is quite empty, so we're going to put the text right here. Okay, so let's keep on going, and we're going to use a break here. I'm going to use a case 2, and These colors are clashing. Alright, this should be. I'm sorry. This should be your password is good. And we're going to change to something lighter, something better, something that sounds more positive. Okay. Yep. Yeah, that's fine. So, I'm using 0VE 881. So again, give it this content of your password is strong. Okay, and a break. Okay, so we're done here. So we can see some effects happening. So we've been able to make the effect. Next thing is to work with our toggle button. Alright, we're seeing changes. So next we're going to create a function toggle, like we mentioned earlier, that we're going to create a function toggle. A toggle function. So whatever we do right in toggle function, we carried out in the toggle here, because we created span elements to enclose this. Okay. Alright, so function toggle. So we're going to get the password because document the get element. We're going to get the element, the password element, the ID, the element with the ID of password. Yes, that's a better way to put it. Then this I want to hope and believe that we give it a class of I. Okay, let's just leave it. We don't need to. Let's come back here. Let's continue this. Doesn't work. Sure. So get but ID toggle. Okay. So now we're saying that if the password, okay, what we want to do is actually show the letters. That's the whole point. Alright. I'm going to say the type. The attribute is type, and the type is usually a text, right? So it's going to be equals the password. Saying that the type there is password, right? Then we're now going to set the attribute of the password using set attributes, and we're going to give it type, right? The type, and we also want to set it to text. Alright, the attribute that is typed, we're changing it to the attribute type, which is password, is what we're changing that type to text. So let me come back here. The type we're using for this input is password. What we want to change it to is something like text. So when we type something here, we actually see it, right? So going back to our index file, index.js. So this should be so I want to style style it and change the color, and we're going to give it that let's say A020F0. result. Okay, saying else. Password. So the condition we put it out was on click. So we're saying that on click. Let's write this out and I'll explain this better. Either style or we can give a white. Yep, what's it? Okay, so when it's done, I'm just go through this again. So what this function toggle did was that we already set it here that I wanted, okay, on click, that at the click of this stuff, this is what we want to happen. So once we click this eye, what we want to happen is that the type is the password. That's why we can't see anything. So we want to change that type. The attribute type is password. Okay, so we want to see that attribute type to be text. So we said if the attribute type is this, we said get the attribute type is password. All right, then set that type to become text. That's why we can now see it at the click of this. Else just leave it like that when they don't click. So I've come to the end of this video. I hope you guys learned a lot. Like I said, the link to the source code have been put. Kindly like, share and subscribe to my video. See you again.